Long time coming. Apologize for the bad hairdo. Good day, legends. TJC Sports here. Welcome back to another. Apologies for the big words here. Massive NRL live stream reaction. A Vegas, Viva Las Vegas live stream reaction as we have the Newcastle Knights taking on the North Queensland Cowboys in our first game of the NRL 2026 season. How legendary is this, legends? Get yourselves ready, put on the seatbelt, hook yourself, all right? Put your hands on that wheel. We're driving through what's going to be another, hopefully, exciting year. Will it be a little bit of turbulence for some of you? Probably. We're probably going to have a bit of bumpy moments in the road here. You're probably going to have rocks on your window at moments, assuming you don't support an easier team like the Panthers or the Storm in due time here, legends. But we're going to be in it together, streaming most games this year. If you enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share around because we are here for the long run together as a community. I hope you all are just as pumped as I am for another massive year ahead, legends. Also, remember to let us know on the poll who wins. Will you be going with the Knights, or will you be going with the Cowboys here today to lasso in a victory for their side today? Or maybe, just maybe, okay, you don't care and you just want to watch me. In that case, appreciate it, legends. Let's get ready for another huge season here. Just editing something there, and boom, too easy. Wing, bada bam, bada boom here. Due to kick off in about 10 minutes, the lineups are not changing. Here in the chat, hello to Team Tam Australia, our first commenter of the year here for the regular season. Make sure to drop your comments, legends, in the chat if you want to say hi. We read every single comment here on the channel, so don't waste your opportunity to be in the video. Or the, I guess, exclusive 2-hour stream, because these never happen again, legends. We're living in the moment. The big NRL 2026 season is right around the corner here. Only available to watch this first game is on Kayo and Foxtel, legends. If you can't access Kayo or Foxtel, you're in the right place. As for lineups, legends, at captain, fullback position here, we have Kalen the Pong Pong Ponga, with Dominic Young and Greg Marju on the wings, Bradman Best and Dane Gagai in the centers, Fletcher Sharp and Dylan Brown in the halves. I still don't know how I feel about the Newcastle Knights opting to think it's their best option to put Dylan Brown at halfback. My hope for Newcastle is that at the very least they have him attacking to the left from there. I just don't think he's a right-sided attacker, let alone a halfback. And I say that with the utmost care for Dylan as an Eels fan. Jacob Saifiti and Trey Mooney are your props. Don't get too excited, legends, but I had a dream where Trey Mooney scored, so I'm pretty sure he's getting a try today. With Phoenix Crossland at hooker. Dylan Lucas and Jermaine McQueen are in the second row, with Matt Croker at lock. The interchange is as follows. Tyson Frizzell, Sandon Smith, Thomas Camp, Pasami Solo. And remember, legends, this is a six-man bench. That's right. This year, we have a six-man bench. So Pasami Solo is not the end of this. We also have Fletcher Hunt and, forgive me if I butcher this, Francis Manu Leilua there at number 19. As for the North Queensland Cowboys, visiting, well, they're technically both visiting, but visiting at fullback is Scott Drinkwater, with Braden Burns and Murray Taulagi on the wings. Tom Chester and Jackson Purdue in the centers. I did not expect Tom Chester to be in the centers, but there you go. With Jake Clifford and Tom Dearden in the halves. Tom Dearden captains the side today. Don't worry, legends. I see you in the chat. I'll say hi to you in a moment. So sorry that we're reading the lineups. Cohen Hess and Jason Taumalolo in the props, with Reed Marnie at hooker. Callum Lukey and Sam McIntyre in the second row, with Ruben Cotter at lock. Sonny Luke, Thomas McKaylee, Kai O'Donnell, and Griffin Neame, with Matthew Lodge and Robert Darby are your interchange today here. Remember, legends, six-man bench once again. We didn't read too many there. That is how many are doing it here. And it's the under pressure Todd Payton coaching against Justin Holbrook in his first proper game coaching the Knights. Hello to everybody in the chat. Jettykin says, how we doing? We're doing legendary, Jettykin. How you doing? I remember you from the preseason. I'm sure you're hyped for this one. Hey, how are you, legend? As good as it gets, Thex. I mean, the season is back, baby. The season is back. Viva Las Vegas. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are officially back with the proper content for the year, and I could not be more hyped. Where's Para going to land in this year's ladder? Top 8, legend. That's my prediction. Where in it? I do not care, but top 8 is my prediction for the Parramatta Eels. And I know that there's going to make people go, that's completely biased, TJC, but I do not care. I am going to back them for it all the way. But when it comes to these two teams outside of where Para will finish, I'm not going to lie to you. Based on the preseason, legends, it's a little bit nerve-wracking if I'm a Newcastle fan. I'm not, luckily, but it is a little bit nerve-wracking with how they performed. Yes, the Cowboys will be looking to... Well, of course, let's get into the Cowboys for a second to explain how I feel about the Knights. You know, Knights, I don't think they won a game in preseason. Cowboys played 2 and were undefeated in the preseason, you know, and we had that notable game that we streamed on the channel where they won 66-24 over the Penrith Panthers in week 2. They'll be looking to continue that form into this one, and if they do, I'm concerned for the Newcastle Knights, especially with the fact that I don't think the Knights are finishing outside the bottom 4, but NRL is there for a reason, okay? No team is guaranteed to finish where you think. It's why 9 out of 10 years, most people get who the spoon is going to be completely wrong here on the channel. It literally could be anything. Not only today's game, but this NRL season. To say that you know how everything will go is to say that you know all of what's on in the world, and that simply just is not true. Rugby League for 2026, legends. Another chapter in this amazing game's history. Excited for the next one, but we'll be working through it. Hey, mate, the next one's going to be legendary. I can't wait for the next one, man. The next one's going to be so good as a second game, right? But we got the appetizer. You know how you have, when you get served a meal at a restaurant, legends, they usually offer like a little appetizer before the actual food. This is the appetizer, and then we get to the food of the dogs and the dragons. I can't wait for that one either. There is a risk in this one that it will be one-sided in both games. I can't lie to you about that, but we've got it. Yeah, sucks I miss out on it. Oh, do ya, Jettykin? That does suck, man. Hey, it's all right. TJC's got you covered. I've got you fully covered. In terms of predictions for this game's legends, I'm going for the North Queensland Cowboys to win this, but I'm actually going to say 1-12. Well, yes, they destroyed a Panthers. It was a third-string Panthers side, and I did find that they weren't really organised with their attack in it. For me, it was just the fact that they were a senior team just passing it around against the juniors. You know, they just knew their jobs in that one. For me, this is a bigger test. As funny as it sounds, it's true. This is a bigger test, and I think they'll win 1-12. I don't expect the Cowboys to be that insane this year either, but of course, as we were talking about earlier, you know, words are there to be disproven. Newcastle Knights versus Cowboys due to kick off in 3 minutes here on the channel, legends. You're on call and got jobs from 2 p.m. onwards. Well, I hope you get a job, Jettykin. I hope you get a job, legend. I hope that works out for you. So far, we've got 8 votes on the poll here. 50% of you going with the Cowboys to win, 25% going with the Knights, and 25% don't care here for you. Appreciate it, legends. Let's go. We got a quarter of Super Legends, a quarter of Legends, of Knights Legends, and a 50% half of Cowboys. This will be a tight game, I reckon. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Jetty Kim. I couldn't agree more. If you look at the context of the preseason games, I think this will be a 1-12 performance here. In terms of try scorers for this one here, legends, let's see what we can come up with for this one. Fun fact, in the opener of every Vegas game so far, since they started this deal in, I think it was, 2024, 25-ish? Ever since they started it, though, legends, the Newcastle Knights can look and Cowboys can look forward to this. A left center has opened up the try scoring in this game and gone on to win. So let's see. Will it be either Bradman Best or Jackson? Let's go. Legends. Will it be? I don't know. Wait, is it Bradman Best or is it Dan Gagai? One of the two. Don't know, but I know Jackson Purge is the left forward. Jacks for the North Queensland Cowboys. So yeah, easy tip there for them. I'm going to go with any time of Bradman Best and Jackson Purge though, with a first try scorer. First try scorer. One of them is going to be the first try scorer, and I'm going to say that the first try scorer is Bradman Best instead, and the first anytime try scorer for Knights will be Trey Mooney. Who do you pick between the Cowboys and Knights? I'm going to go with the Cowboys 1-12 Fex, but I honestly would not be shocked if the Newcastle Knights put up something here. I think preseason is just one of those things people base the season that they predict too much on, Legends. And I genuinely... Oh, random power band in the ground! Random power band in the ground! Interrupt the stream! Random power band in the ground! Heck yeah! I tipped the North Queensland Cowboys to win by 40 points. By 40, Matt Taylor. Fair enough, Legends. Fair enough. You know what? They did perform well in the preseason. I just personally believe that... Call me cynical, Legends, but the Cowboys, they almost blew... What was it? It was like a 20-point lead or something against the Bulldogs. They didn't, but they nearly did. And then they follow it up with... Yes, it was a demolition of the Panthers, but it wasn't an NRL-level side. X says 40 points. You're kidding, right? Mate, we'll see. We'll see. If they perform like they did and it looks the same as when they played the Panthers Junior, sure, it can be like 40 points. Let's not count out Matty Taylor's prediction in the chat here before we know for certain here. But yeah, Jettikin says they reckon it'll be a tight game. Matt Taylor's gone with a 40-point thing. Drop your predictions in the chat, Legends. Afternoon, Legends, says Jason Marita. Hello, Jason. Welcome to the stream, mate. He predicts Cowboys 13 plus in this one today here. Let's see if they can get it done for him. But let's change this, Legends, because it ain't pregame. It is first half underway in a moment here. Dylan Brown, 142 games for the Parramatta Eels at 5'8", mostly, might I add. Lines up in the leading halfback role today for the Red and Blue instead of the blue and gold. Can he represent this strip in the same manner? Well, in some instances, Newcastle would hope not. Just cracking a joke there. Anyways, let's carry on, Legends. 2026 has begun. The NRL season is underway. And here we come. Newcastle and Cowboys here. Newcastle with speed there, crash into the line. It's a crash and bash and dash there. Over to Hylam Lukey there, who just takes the tackle into the ground here. Pizzas Wana says, go the Cowboys. Shout out to Wana there. Now through the middle here, it's a beautiful pass over to Newcastle Knights' defense there, and it's a good tackle from Jacob Saifiti here. Just down the middle, Jason Tamalolo crashing through with speed here today. Jason Tamalolo, ladies and gentlemen, here. Just working it up the middle here to open up the year. The North Queensland Cowboys and Ruben Spotter-Cotter, as we call him on the channel, takes it 45 out. 42 metres gained here in our opening set of the year. They kick it to Newcastle, who received the ball for the first time. Dom Young, he's the first to get it on the 20-metre now. And now it's Dane Gagai with the ball here on 22. Up with a tremendous play. He's had a tremendous last year. And, McQueen could have lost it there. He's demanding that the ref rule strip. Will they challenge early or are they going to leave it be? They're going to challenge early, Legends. They're actually going to challenge early. I can't believe it. Captain's challenge, and we're not even 2 minutes into the 2026 NRL season. Let's take a look at this. Stripped. 2 players. He moves a stripping motion. Yeah, that's the correct call. I don't know what's crazier, that they've called a challenge in the first 2 minutes, or that it was actually successful and not premature. You don't see that every day, legends. And here they go. And now on the halfway line, Dom Young over to Dylan Brown. Here we go. This is the moment for a big play. Saifiti down the middle now, over to the left here. Finds Pletch now, over and out. Hylan Lukey puts up a good tackle there for them. Obviously didn't take the field last year. He looks to have a big 2026 after missing 25. Croker already on the field, goes to Dylan Brown, and Brown runs it through the middle here, showing a bit of his inner 5'8". I missed you, Rugby League, says South Dude. Didn't we all? Rugby League manipulates all our hearts like a toxic lover, doesn't it? And it's so good to have it back in our lives, in our bedrooms, on our telly screens. And here's the man playing on fourth tackle here. Over to the right now. Trey Mooney to Crossland here. Saifiti now. Saifiti with it. And now is the last tackle here. 33 metres gained. They're on the 10-metre line of Cowboys' end here. We go to the left. Pogger shot. Is it going to be a try for the 5'8"? It won't be. And it took a huge hit out from Braden Burns to stop the Newcastle Knights. Caleb Pogger with a beautiful setup for them. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding, you nearly got poggered. 37 minutes still in the first half. Only 4 minutes gone by as it stands. Well, 3 minutes actually, but ding. It's got to go to the 10-metre line and it just goes out there. The goal line dropout, legends. And the Newcastle Knights will get a penalty on the 10 here. This is a full set opening up. Cowboys are going to have to get that big D rolling here. Newcastle now. Bradman Best. If history's to be trusted, he should be the try scorer in this game to open it up. Greg Marju takes the tackle. Crossland to Sharp with a sharp pass to Dylan Brown. The halves linking up nicely to German McQueen. McQueen now. McQueen on the ground here. It's just a high tackle there. Crossland, Croker nearly croaks the ball there, but Jason Tamalolo, who's looking for more minutes this year, takes a good tackle on him here. Now over to Jacob Saifiti. Only 2 meters away. And in the tackle along with him, over to the right here, we go Dylan Brown, Pogger, and Dom Young for the corner. Dom Young, he's kept out there. He doesn't get pushed out, though. One more tackle left here. And they dummy. Dave Gagai, and it's a right centre this time that scores for the Newcastle Knights. We were half right about who would score first. It just was the wrong centre. Dave Gagai and Ashley Klein debating before he gives this one here. But for now, Dave Gagai celebrates like he scored a worldie. And Cade Mills says, hey, legend. Hey, Cade, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. How you doing? How you doing? To quote a famous show. So, currently the initial claim is that he's lost it into the Cowboys. He certainly lost it momentarily, but I don't think that he's lost that into the Cowboy as of yet. You are going to have to give me a different angle on that for me not to give that as a try. Legends, why isn't TJC in the bunker, man? He'd make this game so much better. Oh, my God. So Ashley Klein's decision, even though they can't prove it's correct, unfortunately will stand. No try for Dane Gagai, despite the fact that I do believe that was a try. Newcastle Knights will stay all square with the Cowboys. So unfortunate there. And the Cowboys can pat themselves on the back for a huge defensive effort now. Strength in numbers, I say, right? Strength in mentality here. They had that big preseason, and they have to keep working with it. Good defense in it too. 25 meters gained here. Second tackle here. Braden Burns just shifts to the middle for a second here. I love it when the wingers shift through the middle for a bit of a meter eater. To Reed Marnie now. Reed Marnie, one thing I've always loved about his game is the simplicity of it. He's kind of like the upcoming Riley Smith for the Eels, ironically, where he also came from. You know, simplistic stuff. He does the little behind the scenes things. Nothing too special, but he sets your team up perfectly if you just need a hooker who will give you service. And oh no, is that an offload gone wrong there? Newcastle tried to collect it, but I don't think it's worked out for them. So Tamalolo does offload, unless they're ruling straight. Actually, okay. So the Newcastle Knights look to be receiving a problem here. The Cowboys with the challenge here for a double knock-on ruling. That's a forward pass if I've ever seen. The big question here is that did Marnie touch it before it was swatted out by Best? Yeah, probably, Legend. Probably. I haven't seen us need to go to that, though. Well, Newcastle have already won a challenge. Can the Cowboys win a challenge? I think that there is a touch from Reed at one. Reed's head is from the inside, and that is going to be an unsuccessful challenge. There we go. And the Cowboys, in under 10 minutes, have lost their challenge. And unfortunately for Reed, his hand was in that one. We were just talking him up just before, and now he's made them lose a challenge. Goodness me, Reed Marnie. First, the 22 grand final. Now you do this to me. What's next, bro? What's next? You going to come back to us at 50 and give us a spoon? So the Knights come away with it to the halfway line now. Greg Margie here, the former Wenty Jr. And Dylan Lucas with speed. He's certainly the X factor of the forward pack at the moment, isn't he? Dylan Lucas, legends. And I never thought I'd see a day where he's one of the more senior. And now to the right, beautiful pass over to McQueen. Definitely less of a senior player there. Now to Dylan Brown here. Dylan Brown running with it. Dylan Brown for a halfback, not setting up as much as I would have expected. And Ponga now. Running along to Crossland. Now to Lucas. Looked it up. Yes, there is. Awesome, Cade. Awesome. Running the ball here. Kalen Ponga kicks it in the air to the left. Sharp! And that's got to be the first try of the year. It is! Fletcher Sharp, Newcastle lead by 4. And our 2026 NRL season has its first points of the year. Fletcher Sharp, with a sharply taken collection of the ball, celebrates with Dylan Brown and the rest of the lads as Newcastle Knights stamp their foot on the game here. And you have to argue, despite how much better the Cowboys' preseason was, that the Knights have deserved it based on the minutes in this game alone. In the opening, I think it's been 7-ish minutes? 7 or 8 minutes. The Newcastle Knights simply have been that step above. And now they lead 4-0 against the Cowboys, who will be distraught by that one. Scott Drinkwater beaten in the air completely. And if he goes Dylan Brown, if Dylan Brown shouldn't wear the 7, I'll wear it, and takes advantage. And that number 6 may have just given them their first 6 points of the year. Waiting on the kick here. Who's taking the goal kicks this year? Kalen Ponga. They've got a few potential goal kickers, the Newcastle Knights, but Ponga taking it today. From the edge here. He's got a good friendship going on with Dylan Brown and Phoenix Crossland at the moment. The Maori and Kiwi blood in them. They take it, and early in, the kick is good. Hello, goodbye, and sayonara. It is 6-0 to Newcastle now at Allegiant Stadium here. Not to be confused with Allianz Stadium, the second best stadium in the world, to CommBank Stadium. Wink, wink, wink. Let's go up the CommBank, legends. And now from the middle here to kick us off again here. Still 32 whole minutes in the first half. Absolute insanity so far. This has been a blast to stream at this moment in time. Could not ask for something more exciting to someone like me than the NRL season being back here. And forcing forward here, it's Trey Mooney. I'm sure plenty of Canberra Raiders fans were disappointed to see him let go. And And the Cowboys could get the ball back here. That may have been an instant knock on there from Newcastle here. Celebrating there. That was a crucial hit there. And it's the moment that I start hyping up players that they end up messing up. Trey Moody, I'm sorry, bro. That's on me. That's completely on me, legends. I let him down. I'm the one that forced the error. It wasn't a tackle from the Cowboys. It was me. I caused it. Time to put up my hands in shame for it here. And we got some big weapons here between the two teams. Over to the left, Jackson Purdue with it. Gets over to the 10-meter now. Purdue going down to the ground here. We find the pass then to Reed Marnie. And on to the first receiver of Marnie's passing for this set here. Sam McIntyre takes the tackle. Finds Tamalolo here. Looking to prove why he deserves them minutes there. Going to the ground here. Fiercely strong here. And now it is first chance. Spotter Cotter here. He always loves to spot a spot, Cotter. Marnie. And here's the Dearden here. He's the Dearden to the North Queensland Cowboys there. Held on the 5 meter, 6 meters game, but that doesn't matter when they started on the 10. Round to the left here, Purdue. It's a flat pass, and McQueen gets it here. Newcastle hold out defense here and remain 6-0 up here. Cowboys could not break through the line. Dom Young now crashing through here. He's been there and back, quite literally, after going to the Roosters, right? He went from the red and blue to the other red and blue team, back to the red and blue, and now playing anew. Sharp. Held on the 30. Didn't win a single game last year, Newcastle, when he wasn't in the side. Sharp. Poor Newcastle Knights. Around the middle. Goes to Trey Mooney again here. He won't knock the ball on this time, though. Can Cowboys score? Not in this set, legend. Though maybe in this one coming up. 5th tackle, they clear it. And on the 10-meter, Braden Burns gets it here. And, oh, it's a lost ball. Sharp. And the boot's too deep. That could have been a double. And it's going to be Cowboys ball despite the error. And Fletcher Sharp is all over this at Allegiant Stadium. He's got to be the man of the match in the first, 11 minutes. He has to be. He's just simply been everywhere, legends. Simply been everywhere. And Braden Burns to the right here. Finds Reed Marnie. If only they keep moving with it here. Over to the right. And of course, the left center curse has been broken with this game here today. Now to the right, Tom Dearden sets it up perfectly. He won Queensland the Origin Series last year, doing a Mitchell Moses-esque performance. Goes to the left here. Purdue. Jackson Purdue, genuinely, you could have put all your lollies on being the first try scorer today, but it doesn't end up happening. 64 meters gained, 20-meter line here. Cowboys chase the kick, and it ends up in Dylan Brown's hands. Ponga trying to do a bit of RTS through the line here, slipping forward now. It's Slippy P. If you know your football, you know who Slippy G is. It's Slippy P. And it's a penalty too from Slippy P. Caleb Ponga copped it to the chin there, it looks like. And it's going to be a penalty. Here we go, Newcastle. And they are all over this first half. Holding down. Hitting it over to the left now. And it looks like they're going to start from roughly 30 meters. No, 40 meters out. Actually, I undersold them, legends. Newcastle. Bradman Best taps and goes. Center. Played a little bit of fullback in his youth. Bradman Best, ladies and gents. New South Wales Blues representative. I think an underrated Blues representative personally. Finds it forward. And probably in another generation is easily in the Kangaroos team. Kalen Ponga, the right side opens up nicely for them. It's like scissors to paper. You just cut it effortlessly, right? Assuming you don't have the dullest scissors known to man, which is unfortunately the case for some teams, like the Cowboys at the moment. Over to Trey Mooney, passes back to Sharp, to Ponga, to Dylan Lucas, and Braden Burns stops a pass there. And 2 left in the set here, 20 meters out from the try line now. For those watching it that can't watch the game, Newcastle attacking from the right towards the left of your screens. and vice versa for the Cowboys here. Dom Young to the right side here. Talangi with a good tackle on him here. 5th one now. Newcastle Knights way overdue with this. Dylan Brown to kick it and create service. Brown with the kick here, and Purgey. That's off the Cowboys. Shut. Marju for the line here. It's a full set. Marju won't need it. And Greg Marju creates one of the tries of the week. What a start for the Newcastle Knights. Absolutely crashing through. And the blue and red will dominate in Vegas. 10-0. Cowboys just simply unable to compare. Dylan Brown with the kick. Was it the best one? Who cares? It's a try. The halves created, and Marju says, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to stop me anymore. And it is now 10-0 with a kick to come here. He probably could have had 5 or 6 try to stop him, and he still would have crashed through there. Greg Marju, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge moment in this game for him. No stranger to a good old try, Mr. Marju. And he breaks through there to hit the pose. Afternoon, legends. Afternoon, Mels. Welcome to the stream, legend. Good to have you here. Let's go. Our favourite New Zealand fan. Unfortunately, the Warriors don't play. While. We might be able to. Yeah, no, unfortunately, the Warriors play on a day where I won't be able to stream because I'll still be in Melbourne for Storm Para. But we'll start the Warriors' streaming season on the Friday when they take on the Raiders. Yeah, I unfortunately won't be. Yeah, it is Friday. Just unfortunately won't be able to stream it because I'll be in Melbourne and it's kind of tough to stream while I'm in Melbourne. Might be able to do Sunday. We might be able to do Dolphins, Rabbitohs, Legends, but we're going to have to see with that here. You know, it's a bit of a toughie. But TJC's committed to giving you as much as he can, Legends. And the Newcastle crowd's going wild in the stadium today here. It's good to see. Appreciate your understanding. 50% still going with the Cowboys, but Knights are chasing up. Guys, it was like 5% to 50 at one point. It's 41 to 50 now. Knights are chasing back on that pole. Newcastle fans, get behind your team. Through to the right here, the Knights just crashing forward with it. Oh, here we go. And this is Jermaine McQueen here. We like to call him Lightning McQueen, though. On to the 20. Out around here. Gets to the 20-meter line here. 50% of the way through the set now. They find Marju. With speed here, bro. He might as well have turbo engines on his feet. And it's a good long kick here over to the right now. They keep going. It's going to be a big kick. And I think that's a 40-20. Phoenix Crossland crossing over. What are you doing, Nick? Oh, my God. The Cowboys just don't know what to do. The 6-7 to 1. And the number 9 flies them on over. And they're 15 meters out now. If you're enjoying the stream so far, ladies, just remember to hit that like button. And, of course, subscribing makes your team win the comp. Dylan Brown with a huge run through the middle here. Just a few meters short of scoring now. Now to the right, Crossland in the big game one here. Finds Saifiti now. Jacob, not Daniel, who plays for the Dolphins. Dylan Brown finds Sharp. Uses a decoy here. And now to Bradman Best. Best. He's simply the best. Better than all the rest. Round the middle. The hey diddle diddle held on the halfway. On the halfway to scoring. He's on the 10-meter. Dylan Brown here. Finds Crossland to Pogger. Pogger dummies now. 10 meters gained on 5th tackle. He ran it. He's short. And it's one of those moments where if he scores, it's absolutely brilliant. But because he didn't, it just ends up anticlimactic here. And the Cowboys get the ball back here. What a great 40-20 it was, though. Newcastle Knights, ladies and gents. If you told me that the first 40-20 of the year would be scored by Crossland, I would have said you're crazy. Literally, I would have said you're crazy. Cowboys struggling to make meters here. Dearden. And unfortunately for McEwen, there was high contact there. North Queensland Cowboys get themselves a penalty now for a high tackle. High stakes tackle. Yeah, definitely high there on Purdue. Unfortunate for them. And here come the Cowboys. It's not game over at 12-0, but they're going to have to wake up soon because Newcastle have no right to be as on top of them as they have been based on the early signs in the year. Cowboys. That's a good long clearance there from the penalty here, and they're going to end up on their own 40-meter line now here. Just rushing forward here. The Knights do it again, extend their lead. Not quite yet, Legends, Cade. Not quite yet. Absolutely wonderful to see so far. Dearden to Taumalolo here. Over by the halfway line here. Reed Marnie. Finds Connor. Connor over to the 40 now. North Queensland Cowboys just building that pressure on the Knights. Reed Marnie finds Dearden, who finds the service over to his supporting prop there. And it's a great tackle there from the Newcastle Knights there. Saifidi working well with Croker. Now over to Scott Drinkwater here, who finds Lukey looking for a big year here. Crashes 15 out now. Over to Dearden, 43 metres gained here. Tom Dearden down the right here. And Dearden, fifth tackle running it, held. And another anticlimactic moment in this one here. Newcastle get the ball back. Where the option for here for deal bags. Not here, man. Not here, not here. Only I get that option. You see, it's an exclusive invisible option, okay? It has 1% of the vote, and it's only to TJC. All right? I get to say I'm here for Dylan Brown. Nobody else. So far, the attack for Newcastle's been the highlight here, but, they still kept Cowboys to 0, so defense deserves some credit. Mel in the chat says, I think Adam Blair has joined forces with the Knights coaching team. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has, Legend. I'll have to confirm that. Yeah, no, I heard that too, Mel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true, or at the very least, he was in talks for it, right? Knights coach. Adam Blair, Newcastle Knights coaching news. Maybe it was just talked about. I can't see the report on it, but yeah. Come on, Cowboys, get a try, says Kay. You just want that one try to keep up with it, right? Second tackle for Cowboys. Bad news for Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater feeling his ribs, has to come off the field here. That is not good. One of their most X-factor players in the team. They're going to struggle if he can't get back. An attacking weapon over the last few years, Scott Drinkwater, plus we love his name. Reed Marnie shows a bit of what he's capable of. A long 40-20 attempt, unfortunately, a little too short of it. Kalen Ponga now turns around like a ballerina and takes the tackle on the ground. Sharp now to Marju and almost takes off there. Put the cape on him now. He took on about 5 last time and scored. Where's that, Marju? You took on like 5 last time, bruh. Gotta be doing better. Now to the right. I want to remind you, Legends, as we're halfway through the first half, the 2026 NRL season is now officially and properly underway here. And yep, it's now confirmed. O'Donnell is now on the field here, Legends. Marju down the left, trying to show what he can do here. Almost forced out by Dearden there. Tom Dearden, a player that knows exactly how to get players out of the line there. Look up Xavier Coates versus Tom Dearden. You won't be disappointed. And the Knights off the chest, backwards here. And it's a knock on. It's a knock on. It's a clean knock on. And it just can't go their way today. North Queensland, ladies and gentlemen. And great, oh my God, I just can't get over it. Do we think Greg Marju scores if he's not stopped there on that wing? Because I don't know if there's anyone there. At the very least, I think he gets them in a good position. Either way, they're in a good position now, aren't they? On the 20-meter line now, the Knights with speed, Crossland moving around here now. Gagai, over, down they go. Crossland. McQueen. McEwen here. Finds it on the 10 now. Gets it over to Trey Mooney. Mooney with speed here. He wants to try. But he won't get a try and will cry. Because he couldn't pry them off. Dylan Brown off the slow play here. 6 again though. Dylan Brown, the mighty goat of the NRL game. Dylan Brown gets himself a full set. And oh no, Newcastle immediately lose the ball. Are you kidding me? The moment you start glazing a player, the team messes up every time without fault in this game. I've done it 3 times and 3 errors from it. I'm convinced this isn't even a coincidence anymore. And the Cowboys now to the left, Reed Marnie. Just booking here with speed, legends. And now over to the left side here. We already have rotations across the board here, folks, as number 15 for the Cowboys is officially on the field, of course. Thomas McHaley. And Dom Young, he loses the ball, Dom Young. But luckily for him, he gets a bit lucky there and it only goes backwards here. Now over to Kalen Ponga. Down to the middle. Gets to around 18 meters. To Crossland here. Bradman Best. Concerns over Scott Drinkwater at the moment with his rib. They're hoping that it's not broken at the moment. We'll keep you updated on that as progress continues to be given to us. Sharp now. Gets himself to the halfway. Frizzell. Tyson Frizzell. I remember him from his time at the Dragons, personally. And Dylan Brown hits it high to the left here and on the 10-meter now. Thomas Boylan, Rugby League says, Sivo. Yeah, what did he get? Like 4 tries in the Super League game? Credit to Sivo. Shout out. That's a huge thing for him. Knight's trying to be too flashy, says Mel. Yeah, you know what, Mel? That's actually a really good point. Okay, I probably wasn't going to bring that up, but shout out to Mel being one of the big brains on the channel, unlike Andy here. Yeah, no, that's one of Newcastle's biggest mistakes at the moment. They're trying to be very flashy. You're right. Are they the better team at the moment? Absolutely, but they're trying a bit too much. I feel like the simple stuff's what they need to do. That could be a penalty against them. It is. It was a kick in the air, and they make the mistake. And it looks like we have a problem for Sharp now for the Newcastle Knights. Oh, no. Oh, dearie me, legends. He can't stand. He can't stand, hoping we can pray it's just a cramp or something. I don't think it is, though. Oh, I was praying that was a cork, but it doesn't look like it based on the replay. A player going down with a knee injury here. He's probably going to have to go off the field just to get stabilized, legends. The trainer having a talk with him. Wait, hang on, legends. Is he able to keep playing potentially here? I think somehow he is. Who won the Super League Clash Legends? Leeds. The Rhinos won, not KR, despite, not KR, legend. Yeah, not KR. KR got destroyed in that, actually, which is crazy to think about. Reed Marty with it on the short to Dearden. Over to Lukey! And he didn't score in 25! He'll score in 26. His opener, though. Cowboys have a try on the board here, and it's 12-4 when it kicked to come now. North Queensland Cowboys get themselves back into this one here. Could this be the moment that the tides shift, legends, and the rivers open up to clear the path for a comeback here for the North Queensland Cowboys? They're a little far from North Queensland at the moment, only by 20 hours, 24 hours-ish. But they crash through. Lukey! Yeah, for me, Sharp has to come off, legends. He could hardly get off his try line. You can tell that his knee's feeling it. For me personally, as much credit as I want to give to Lukey and the Cowboys for fighting that try, I think Sharp should come off the field, taking a look at that defensive effort there. A little slow off his line. You could call that just a young player kind of error. However, despite that, for me personally, I don't think Sharp should be on the field when it comes to it. Like, even if he could perform the same attack, he can't be on when it comes to defense with that leg. He just can't be. And Clifford, sometimes these players should prioritize their health, legends, believe it or not. And it's 12-6 now. Fexter's Knights are done. Without Sharp, he reckons the Newcastle Knights are donezo. We'll see, legend, but Sharp allowed to stay on the field, lets in a try, and now here we go. North Queensland Cowboys. And Justin Holbrook's first game in charge of the Newcastle Knights faces its first challenge. Losing one of their big players, Sandon Smith comes onto the field. In the end, though, Holbrook did say in his defense heading into this game that he did expect Sandon to play a large amount of minutes in the half. So hopefully this doesn't affect their game plan too hard, Newcastle, as they lose the momentum to the North Queensland Cowboys. Allegiant Stadium now. Cows are behind by 6 now. Yep, only 6, legend. Only 6. Come on, Cows as well here. We've got a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon of the Cowboys now. Clearing it to the left here today. On the 10-meter line, Neeb smashes in here. Had to take a big tackle from Frizzell. And the referee is going to step in here for a second, it looks like, legends. They're going to have to check him. They're going to have to check someone. All right, Matt Croak has to come off the field, legends. Head check. We've got to stop the game, legends. Head check. I'll let you know when we're back with it. Oh, fearsome hit. You know what, legends? As annoying as it is, I would rather them check and these players be okay than not check and them not be okay, right? Like, let's be honest here. I think, if anything, the Eli Katoa incident, I don't want to bring that up too much because I know how hard it is for people to talk about it. It is tough. But at the end of the day, it was a head injury simply not managed well enough when it was done, all right? That's what it was. And it shows you the importance of checking on those things, however minor it may seem. So for me personally, I don't mind when they stop the game like that. We are back, though, here. And Ruben Cotter here. Now to the right. Oh, Dearden slips on over now. Dearden on the ground. Help should come first. Exactly, Jenny Kin. At the end of the day, that's all there is to it. You know, it's just we love it, and it's more than a game in a way to us, but it also is a game. Oh, under pressure, Dom Young. Oh, brilliant effort there from Talangi there. Not to be confused with Blaze or Ryder. Spelt differently. It's spelled Talangi, legends, how it's spelled. And on the 10-meter line here, the Newcastle Knights passing through the middle. Player's life is more important, is more than the sport. Exactly, Jenny Kim. There's more than a game and then more than a life, and nothing's more than a life. All right, nothing's more than a life, legends. Crossland to Frizzell now. Frizzell here, striking forward. Goodness me, they needed that speed. And now over to the left here, and 5 meters, it's collected there by Purdue, who looks like he may have taken up the fullback spot for the Cowboys now. First to be pushed back here. Round to the left here, Braden Burns now. Burns finds the hit here. He's 25 meters out on his own area here. We go to the right now. 2 tries to 1 here at the moment as it stands. Every try so far in the 2026 season has been converted. And Lukey gets it nearly to the halfway line now. Thomas McKaylee. He looks for the pass, but he instead just goes alone here. Who will score next? Honestly, on momentum, you'd say Cowboys, but you never know. This game's kind of been a swing of emotions. A long kick here. Pogger, and Pogger gets the ball. He's going for set here in the right wing. Gets it to Bradman Best now. Bradman Best in the first half here was the favourite to get the first try in this game. Didn't end up happening. Will he even score in this game's a big question. Crossland with service. Newcastle won't care much though. All they want is the win. Saifidi, good stamp there. Gets it to Crossland. To Brown. To Pogger. Pogger with the dummy here. Dylan Brown was waiting for it. Didn't receive it. Who scored the Cowboys' first try? Lukey scored the first try, Paul. And beautiful collection there from Purdue. Down to the right here. He's crashing through the line. 30. Almost. Oh my God. Saifidi had to stop him here. And the Newcastle Knights offside through the middle here. Braden Burns crashes. This is all up the back off Purdue here. Down to the right here. Gets it to Clifford now. Clifford takes it. Now to the left here. Dearden onside. Now to Talangi here. Back to Dearden. Dearden now through the middle. Gets 15 metres out here. Tom Dearden held 15 out now. Reed Marnie to McKaylee here. Thomas McKaylee forward. McKaylee under 10 metres away. Clifford again. 81 metres gained. Fifth tackle. It's a speedy offload. And the Cowboys crash on over. Murray Talangi puts in the aura farm here. Look at this celebration. And drip the drip. He can walk the walk and talk the talk. Points to the crowd. He has just put the Cowboys back into contention. 12-10. And this is one of the most crucial kicks you'll see all day between the two games. 12-10. Kick to come now. And that was a tough catch there for the Cowboys. The camera didn't even follow him. The camera didn't expect him to get it. Yeah, he just gets it. Murray Talangi, ladies and gents. Crashes on forward here. Felt so bad for El that he never should have been allowed to play in the first place. Absolutely agree, Mel. That's why we're toughening up on the checks. And I think that nobody who is truly a human who loves rugby league can complain, legend. Especially not about that try. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Chee-hoo! Same Wesley Elligo, he's a very talented player. Oh, very much a shame. You know what? Hey, if he wanted to come to Barra, I'd take him. I'd take him. Still 8 minutes roughly to go in the first half here. I wonder if it'll end 12-all, if we'll have one more plot twist for a leader at halftime. Can they get the kick? Can they kick it? Drum roll, please. Yes, they can. And we are 12-all. Despite how the first 10 minutes presented themselves, after Sharp going down and the Cowboys losing Drinkwater, the game's opened up completely here. And North Queensland Cowboys now are at 12-all with the Knights, who look to be dominating at one point here, legends. Simply the best, better than all the rest, a popular quote in our game, legends. Absolutely brilliant stuff from them. Do we think there's going to be a try before half-time, guys? Or do we think we're done? Do we think we're done? Do we think it's going to be 12-all potentially in this one here? They take the kick now. McKaylee crashes on forward now. And come on, McKaylee. We're just going to move my desk a little closer to me because I'm stretching. I'm realizing the natural position I've set myself as. My arm's a little overstretched. I'm going, why is my elbow being fun? It's because I've stretched it literally. Like I'm trying to be Mr. Fantastic or like Plastic Man or Elongated Man. Yes, I know my superheroes. Yeah, says Cade Mills. And in an interesting position here, Murray Talangi with 4 players on him definitely gets an awkward Thomas McHaley actually definitely gets an awkward tackle on himself there. Most definitely awkward. And he's staying down reasonably there. That was a very awkward tackle on him. Waiting for an update here. We go on sharp, legends. All right. Okay, legends. At the moment, they're ruling non-ACL. Thank goodness. For sharp, though they can't be certain, we'll be awaiting scans. For now, it doesn't seem serious, but you never know, legends. All right, there's your update on sharp. That's probably the best that we're going to get for now. Your neighbors will be like, yep, NRL has started. Tyler's going off again. Legend, can you blame them? Can you blame them? Seriously, I don't think you can. Like, that's just how it goes, all right? I deafen them for 6 or 7 months, and they deal with it because I'm quiet for the rest of the year. That's right. Like, nearly 70 to 80% of the year, they get deafened so that they can have 20% of complete quiet and tranquility. You know, peace across the world. Jenikins says, hopeful news. Indeed, mate. In less hopeful news, Thomas McHaley's off the field as well. A couple unfit signs of lack of fitness there. And actually, it's a trade for a spade here. You call a spade. Scott Drinkwater has been cleared and is officially back on the field. Do you do this on purpose to hurt me, Tyler? Absolutely. Well, and fair enough too. Wear your stupid jacket. My jacket, this is the greatest jacket to grace rugby league. In fact, this jacket has never seen a bad piece of content on the channel. Must I point out to you, legends? It's never seen a bad piece of content. Plus, it fits the Vegas vibe for me. Like, it's got that baggy look, like duh 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 duh. Cowboys now to the left here, just 15 meters out. Scott Drinkwater looking for the instant impact. Down he goes. Who will score next? Knights or Cowboys? Cowboys calling it now. Purdue, 6 more tackles. Read Marnie now. Marnie, just take the tackle, brother. Don't worry, Cade. He's just messing around. He's just messing around. We're having jokes between each other. It's all good. It's all good, Cade. It's banter. We're having banter. Now over to Lukey. You know what fits the Vegas vibes? Blues. Nah. I don't think so, man. It's not school time now, son. Exactly. It's not school, Andy, okay? Now go back to the principal's office. Beautifully handled there by the Cowboys. McIntyre taking it. Marty kicks low now. It's a push into the night defender, and Brown takes it out of play. And this isn't over. Cowboys continue the pressure on Newcastle. The Cowboys throwing everything they've got at them after a very poor start. Cowboys and Bulldogs for the win, TJC. All right. Yeehaw. Cowboys and Bulldogs for the win, TJC. Yes, indeed a Rooney. Indeed a Rooney. Cowboys and the Doggies. Well, actually, I'm not going to support the Doggies, but yeah, I do think the Dogs will win the next game. Absolutely, legend. All right. Moving forward, tackle 0 now. On to the first. We go to the right. Reed Marty finds Dearden now. Name here. I missed the start. Who did you have winning this? I had the Cowboys winning this 1-12, legend, because I didn't expect them to play. I looked at who they beat, and I looked at the circumstances and thought, yeah, this will be a close game between them. A sideways run, a dummy here. O'Donnell now into the line. O'Donnell forward here. Gets to the 10 on the third now. 50% of the set done. And here we go. Here's Scott Drinkwater. Over to Dearden. To Braden Burns. Can Braden Burns crash on through? He almost gets there. Just held out. Be back in a few. Gonna watch Hellcat vs Leeds highlights. All good, neutralizer. See you in a bit here. Dearden. Shorten around. Oh! Somebody wrap that up into the highlights package. Who just took out there none other than Jermaine McQueen? And I know that's not how you say it, but that's our nickname for him, McQueen. And there's some very tired bodies wearing red and blue at the moment here. Newcastle Knights, all the pressure on them after having zero pressure on them at the start. 4 minutes still to go. Dylan Brown to Dom Young here. The Newcastle Knights have held on another day in the defence. I thought Cowboys would put a cricket score. Knights looked torrid. Yes, the Knights looked horrid, but the reason I didn't think the Cowboys would put a cricket score, Legend, is if you look at the context of the preseason games, all right, 34-30 over Dogs. They have a brilliant lead. What, it was like a 13-plus lead, nearly 20-point lead or something over the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs nearly come back to win that one, by the way. So they nearly choked that one, Legends. Okay, and then you move on to when they beat Panthers 66-24. That game we simply cannot look at as a sign of how a team's going to do in the NRL. That was a professional NRL team with origin stars taking on a third-string Penrith Panthers team here. All right, so for me personally, taking a look at those two games for the Cowboys in the preseason, I couldn't see them doing much better than Knights. So I did think they were better than Knights, hence how they're doing right now, but I didn't think that they would. I didn't think they'd do it. I didn't think they'd smash it, essentially, based on the facts. Reed Marnie now to Purdue. A lot of changes here. Finds it around. Also, shout out, Legends. While it didn't get the highest views ever on the channel for a vlog, the preseason challenge vlog, probably got some of the best reception we've ever gotten when it comes to a vlog here on the channel. Maybe it's because Para finally won into the champions, but yeah, we just never, we don't usually get good performance on that like we did with that one. So shout out to you guys. That was a great vlog. Check it out after these streams. Greg Marju. Are you guys ready? Canterbury vs St. George, the second game here on the channel, Legends. 2 minutes till we're at halftime. Bradman Best. He should be called Lightning McQueen. He should be, Legend. In fact, maybe we'll just call him Lightning McQueen for the heck of it. McLean isn't very McQueen-like. You're right, which is why we've got literally McEwen or whatever who can be McQueen for us instead, because McLean isn't McQueen enough. Newcastle, that's got to be a try down the right. No! It ends up immediately with the Cowboys again here. Goodness me. Out with space now. Jackson Purdue here. No. On to the 40 now. Todd Payton under a lot of pressure this year with the Cowboys. If he doesn't start well, more than likely sacked. Needs to have a good year with the Cowboys, or at least a better than expected year with them here. Casey McQueen, Lightning McQueen. Yeah, whatever. Long kick here, Pogga, Clifford. And Pogga manages to maintain possession of it here. And with a minute on the clock now, Newcastle Knights get it back. I think it's going to be 12-all at halftime here, personally, Legends. I don't see a try coming up, at least in the first half. Bradman Best. Down to the left. North Queensland currently lead in the stats department at the moment here. Though it would have been very different at one point in this game when Newcastle were up 12-0. Crossland. Over to Dylan Brown. Finds Ponga. Finds Brown again here. Brown offloads. Dane Gagai down the wing. Gagai away. Offloads. Oh no. They didn't link up well. And Crossland couldn't get there. It ends up in the hands of Spotter Cotter. And now it's Scott Drinkwater's time to shine. Say it with me, folks. Halftime show in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Burns to the right. 3, 2, 1. Halftime here at Allegiant Stadium here. The North Queensland Cowboys and the New South Wales. I think they're the Blues because of bloody Andrew here. Andy in the chat. Newcastle Knights all square in this one here at halftime. 12-all. Allegiant Stadium. Our first game of the Vegas doubleheader for 2026 cannot be separated as of the first half. Can the second half prove to be different, though, legends? Now it's time for the chill point at the stream, the TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports. The chillest of chill points of the stream, where we get to chillax, talk about the game, give credit where it's due to players. We read every single comment on the channel, so feel free to leave a comment if you'd like. Otherwise, this will just be TJC yammering on. Either way, pumped up for it here. Pumped up with the kicks. Enjoy the half show before it's gone forever. Well, not forever, Cade Mills, but hey, you know what? Good sell. Good sell. Enjoy it before it's gone forever. Yeah, absolutely. Stick around. As we enter halftime here on the channel, 40 votes is what we're going to be seeing. 47% of you have gone with the Newcastle Knights to win this one. 45% Cowboys. I expect the Cowboys to take the lead again at some point on that poll. And 8% are here for little old me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, legends. For those of you who couldn't catch the first half, the try scorers were as follows. We opened up, and in the first 13 minutes, we had 2 tries for the Knights. Fletcher Sharp and Greg Marju being the try scorers. By the way, they were very good tries too. The way Fletcher Sharp's came up, he was an absolute X factor. And then Greg Marju flying over in the 13th minute there for them. He took on about 5 defenders in that. Shout out as well to Leeds, who beat Hull 58-6. I think Sivo got like 4 tries in that one. Absolutely insane stuff there. Hopefully, we should be in for no more smashings in this one. I'm praying not. I don't want another smashing, legends. You know, I don't want that. Okay, if that happens, we're just going to be sitting here in amazement, aren't we? We're not even going to be able to. We're not even going to be able to commentate that fairly, are we? Because we're just going to be like, what the heck, legends? What on earth is this? What are we looking at? What are we watching? Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Not good enough at all. Disappointing. Disappointing indeed. Taking a look. Do we have... Of course, legends, we will be streaming the next game here on the channel as well. So feel free to check that out when we get to it. You know, the Dogs and the Dargans. I can't wait for that one there. All right, it's going to be absolute hype when that shows up on the channel, legends, between the two teams. I honestly could not be more hyped for it, actually. Folks, I'm over the moon. I'm ready for a big game between the Dogs and the Dragons. I expect Dragons to be down the bottom, but I think that when it's Vegas, you just never know, right, legends? We could be expecting a big game here between them today. Best part is, too, you just don't know who's going to score. It could be literally anyone, legends. Could be literally anyone. Literally. Mel in the chat says, what team it is? Oh, you're asking Cade which teams they support. That's not a question for me, do we? What teams do you support? Can the Knights win without Sharp? Debatable. I mean, the moment Sharp's gone off, they've struggled. But to be fair, he shouldn't have stayed on because he let in that one try too. So debatable whether they can. It seems like Sharp's a lot more crucial than we previously figured. Sandon Smith has seemed a bit average in the team so far for the Knights, as I've seen. This only the first time half show of many to come. Exactly, Jettykin. Only the first one of the day, really, right? It's only the first one. We've got one more coming up as well. And then we'll probably have a bit of a break with round 1 streams until we move on, all right? You know, we'll probably have a break with round 1 streams until probably the Sunday at best, legends, unfortunately, but we can hope. It's doing all right, Mel. Appreciate it, legend. Yeah, all this software and stuff. Like, my brain just goes, where's the footy in it? But yeah, it's going all right. Appreciate it, Mel, for you asking. Tough to juggle all that stuff and this, but, you know, we keep on trucking with it here. We get done what we get done, and we look to reach that wonderful 6K this year. TJC every year only just getting more and more qualified to do what he does. Bro, the first halftime show, I wonder how the next halftime show is going to go, Based on how it's gone, it could go either way. It'll either be all square or it'll be an absolute obliteration at halftime. Which one we're going to get, who knows? Just simply who knows? Who? Not I, not you. Not the guy in the corner, right? Yep. No, actually, not as I expected looking at the poll. I thought for a second Cowboys reclaimed that lead. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, sorry. No, sorry. Not going to happen. Never going to happen. They're like, no, teachers, you're doing well, bud. Proud of you. Appreciate it, Mel. Appreciate it. Ooh. Far out, legends. I think I'm overstimulated, like, when it comes to the season, like, the hype to have it finally back after so long of waiting just feels so special. Like, it just feels so different, you just don't, so special, man. You don't know how much you miss that feeling until it's back in your life, right? That feeling of the footy, it's just another level. It's something that you can't teach somebody to feel that way about the footy, right? You gotta just have it, because if you don't have that feeling, then you just simply could never get it. Right? If you can't naturally get that feeling, then what's the point, right? Like, simply, what's the point in it all? Oh, man, 1 second. TJ's just going to take a second to deal with how happy he is to have it back. Oh. I'm not going to lie to you, legends, because of the work we put into the channel, it was pretty nice missing, like, having a couple months off, right? It was pretty nice, but it didn't feel last year quite right because I'd already had so much time off after losing that family member. So it kind of felt unearned, that break. That, like, yes, we do a lot in the years, and, like, that couple months is always relaxing. This year's one didn't feel like a true break because I felt like I already had that break, even if it wasn't a proper break. So to be back with it going again here, I want to make this a year where I truly feel like by the end of it, I've earned myself that crack at that 2-month fish break that we get at the end of the year, right? I want to make this truly a year to remember for us. I'm going to Anzac Round, albeit in a wheelchair, but I'm going, and that's the main thing. Exactly, Mel, exactly. Wheelchair or not, doesn't matter. The fact that you're there is all that matters. Hey, listen, Mel, all right? Melbourne could break my arm and put me in a moon boot, and I'm still sprinting to the stadium to boo them, okay? Like, that's how it goes. Sky Stadium, Wasby, Finns, Anzac game. Both teams, so not even worried who wins, actually. Not even worried who wins that one. You just want a good game, right, Mel? You'd rather the Warriors win, but ultimately it's whoever wins. Almost done with the halftime show, legends. We'll be on with the second half in a moment here on the show. Looks like they've got the teams running out again here. And it looks like Sharp might be able to come back potentially. We'll see. Positive signs at the moment, though, for Sharp in this one here between the two teams, legends. In terms of best try for this game, you'd have to say, in terms of how impressive it was, you'd have to go with the most recent one, right? Talagi's try was definitely impressive, the way the Cowboys linked up there. Greg Marju's too. I'd argue it's a battle of the wingers for best try between the two here. The Cowboys and the Knights here. North Queensland Cowboys just simply being them. Don't think he's returning though, legends. Looked like he was positive signs, but they're going to wait on scans. Probably won't return today. That's all good, though. Heard he's not returning today. Yeah, he's not returning today, Jenny Kid. He's not returning today. And they wouldn't think. Yeah, they're not thinking of doing that, legend. He's not on today. Nah, it's not good. It's not goodbye to halftime show yet, Legend. We're still in halftime. We're still in halftime here, all right? We're still in halftime. They're just warming up in the sheds. They'll be out in a moment, okay, Legends? We're not at half. We're not done with halftime yet, okay? You're still stuck with me for now. For now, you're still stuck with me, Legends, okay? You can't get rid of this guy. You can't get rid of this guy. I'm stuck with you, and you're stuck with me. We're as happy as can be. TJC making up these things on the flea. He's wearing a tee. Doesn't like to be stung by a bee. He's got the key to see. He's got the key to see Parramatta breaking the premiership drought to make him as happy as can be. Oh, yeah. TJC professional rider. Absolutely. And we're all square here on the poll. 45% apiece there when it comes to who's winning this one. You're going, TJC, what happened to the 10%? What happened to the 10%, TJC? No. They're just here for me, Legends. They're the ones that didn't want to tip a team and just went, TJC, your channel's great. We love you. We're subscribed. You're great. Completely different scenarios. At halftime, Legends, let's take a look at some of the pre-game predictions we saw. Maddie Taylor opened up the chat here today. By the way, Paul McCartney, nice. My brother would absolutely love that profile pic. Says he tips the North Queensland Cowboys to win by 40 points. Absolutely shocked most of us in the chat, but doesn't look like it's happening at the moment, does it? Jetty Kid says this will be a tight game, I reckon. Yep, it did end up being a tight game at the moment. Cowboys 13 plus for Jason Reader. It seems like overall at halftime, the tips were for a smashing from this one here for the most part. Seems like most of you went with a smashing and dashing and crashing between. But except for Jetty Kid, you're different, Jetty Kid, and I'm different. But for the most part, it seems like people thought this would be one-sided in Cowboys' favor. I think the signs were there that this would be a close game if you really look at the teams that they were playing in that one. But maybe that's just me, Legends. Maybe TJC just has an opinion that's a little off, eh? Maybe TJC just has that little bit off opinion. Slightly off. Only an itty-bitty-bitty bit. Only a little tiny itty-bitty bit. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I'm back, TJC. Welcome back, Neutralizer. Good to have you in the stream, my bro. I think adjusted he's 30. Stuck with you. Bit of Bieber for you. Oh, my God. I grew up in an era, right, Legends? Like, I've grown up in an era where, like, I've actually now grown to a point where I actually understand what older people talk about with, like, younger people not knowing any of the things that were the it thing when they were little. And I know you're like, TJC, you're not that old, but genuinely, the little kids that are just like have no clue what the things I grew up with are, like at all. I grew up in an era that was fueled with these annoying, I don't know if you Legends had it at your school, the Bell songs, but all my Bell songs would play were Justin Bieber, One Direction, and I think there was another one that I can't put my finger on that was some Spanishy song or whatever. But like all of that just I can't believe he's 32 though. Justin Bieber 32. Jeez, I do feel old. That was the worst, Jetty Kid. It was a true error, though. It was a true error that existed. 12 all now. Second half. Coming up now on the channel. They're both officially on the field, Legends, which means goodbye halftime show. Hello, second half here at Allegiant Stadium between Cowboys and the Knights. Who will get the victory? All right, Legends, that's going to, because TJC made a silly Billy, that's going to pop up for 20 seconds. And then we're going to fix that to say to pop up permanently, that bottom thing. Second half is underway here in this game. Tyson Frizzell crashing into the line now. Thinks of an offload, decides not to do an offload here. Off. There we go. Boom. Fixed it, legends. Fixed it. There we go. Only 2 years older than me. Only 2 years older, legend. But still feels like I've aged a millennium. Multiple millenniums. Fourth tackle now. 2 left in the set here on the halfway line now. Dylan Brown's going to clear it. 51 metres gain, Newcastle Knights. Over to Solo. Solo hits back here. I think that touched a Cowboy, Scott Drinkwater. Backwards off Knights. I think forwards off a Cowboy. And that could be the Knights with a full set here. We've got Newcastle ball. Yeah, correct call. Oh. The only question would be that Solo touched that with his fingers, but there's no challenge. No challenge from the Cowboys. And this is why you need to keep your challenges for smart decisions there. Because I think they could have won that. Leeds, that's my team in Super League. Up the mighty Leeds Riders. Oh, they had a great game, didn't they? Like, far out. How good Sevo. At least in Super League. They haven't scored since the 14th minute, the Newcastle Knights. Matt Croker. Not only have they not scored since the 13th minute, they haven't really been on the attack. Dylan Lucas. Lucas down the middle here. Lucas held up in it here. Lucas unable to break through now. And it took Lukey to stop him now. And they had to clear this one. 10 metres gained here. It's a full set after a penalty there for the Newcastle Knights here. They keep the pressure on them now. Could they get our opening points of the second half like they did the first? Dylan Brown. And another run from Dylan Brown it is. Just taking the line on here. Good play of the ball to Ponga. Finds his way over to Croker again here. Croker down the middle now. Newcastle showing some patience here. Crossland, they look to go right. Instead, they're just going to go middle here. Phoenix Crossland, an underrated hooker in our game. Over to the left now. Finds Sandon Smith to Ponga, to Greg Marju now. Marju here. Marju finds Sandon now. Sandon Smith comes back around. Sandon Smith through the middle here. He can play a bit of hooker as well, legends. And he shows that there going through the middle here. Held down. Dylan Brown. Stutter step here. Scott Drinkwater. They're going to try and force him in for a goal line drop out there. But Purdue saves the day for his teammate there. And the Cowboys hold on in a full set. They keep pushing forward now. Cowboys and the Knights. Desperate defense in our season opener. Boolean says go the Cowboys. Shout out to Boolean in the chat, legends. The North Queensland Cowboys just simply fought back, didn't they? Down the middle now. Reed Marty looks over both ways. 30 metres gained here. Clifford is going to clear it over to the left. The big yellow Cowboy. And Dom Young it is with it here. Dom Young down the right here. Dreads all over the place. It is 7:26 p.m. over in America here, Las Vegas. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon over here at the moment where we are. Now to the left here. Almost around Newcastle Knights. 45 metres gained now. Will we see golden point later? Potentially. With the way this game's going, Legend, it's going to take a field goal to win it. Doing them dirty. Tyson Frizzell now. Frizzell finds Crossland. Finds Sandon Smith. Caleb Ponga. 40. 30. Gets to Bradman Best. Bradman Best is going to crush on over for Newcastle. And we were talking about him earlier. Magnificent. Simply the best. Has always looked like an exciting prospect. New South Wales Blues representative. And it is now 16-12. Newcastle reclaim the lead in this one. Kalyn Ponga showing what his stocks are worth there. Appreciate it, Mel. Appreciate it. Listen to Mel. Legends. Let's go. Just moves around here. Draws the couple in Croker. Good stuff. Sandon Smith and Ponga just breaks through the line. Can I just point out Cowboys Junior? That was a Cowboys Junior that's just done that. Legends. Kalyn Ponga here. And look, they won't regret it because they have Scott Drinkwater, but, you know, Cowboys could have had Kalyn Ponga and Scott Drinkwater in their team. Wow. Good tries as well. That was a good try, Legend. That was a really good try, actually. I'm still astonished. I'm trying to take it in, man. I can't get over it. Kalyn Ponga. And at 16-12, they're waiting on the kick here. They can take a converted try lead, and the Cowboys are going to look to react. Smart player. Great direction here. And now Ponga is easiest shot. And he's got it. He's free from free. And I don't think anyone's missed a kick, or at least a conversion kick, in the 2026 NRL season as of yet, Legends. We're never going to see a miss again. Just like we're never going to see Para lose again, Legends. It's just how it is. I don't make the rules. Yep, Cowboys messed up. They did, Kay. Well, what a game, mate. What a game indeed, Nelson. Panthers to slap the Broncos. Nelson, you'd get along with a certain guy called Julian who jumps in the chat and always says Broncos 13+. Panthers versus the Broncos, mate. I can't wait for that one. I'll probably end up catching it to watch, but I probably won't be able to stream that one because of the day it falls on, because I'll probably be editing the vlog and be in Melbourne, so that'll take priority, Legends. But yeah, that's going to be too big of a kickoff. And it is too big from the Cowboys. Dylan Brown with the ball, Legends. And here they come. Can Cows level it up on their next set? No, they won't, because the Newcastle Knights forced an error there. Cowboys with a very, very, very unneeded heavy kick into the air there, and it ends up going out of play. Dylan Brown setting himself out neatly there. Round the right now. Crossland to Sandon Smith. Croker now forward here. Croker into the line. Croker held on the 20 now. Second tackle. Sandon Smith here, of course. Just stepping around here. Wasn't Dylan Brown your former player? Yes, he was, mate. Yes, he was. Joined the Newcastle Knights for money. And now down the wing, Dom Young! Speaking of money, good boy. Put your money on that. Hurls it into the try line there. The North Queensland Cowboys bag themselves another conceded try. Newcastle Knights have got this one. 22-12 now. And the Cowboys now are going to have to score probably 30 to win this one here. Incredible stuff all around here. And I stand by it. I stand by it. If the signs were there that the Knights would have a solid game against Cowboys. Anyone who says otherwise did not pay attention to not only the results. Okay, yes, okay, on paper with the results. Oh, yeah, Newey lost both their games. It didn't look great. Cowboys smashed the game and looked average in a game. No. The Cowboys had 2 average games, but one was against a third string side. Stand by that. The signs were there for this result. Cowboys really getting slapped at the moment, Legend. Still a chance for a 40+, right? Yeah, but it won't be for Cowboys' sake. Cows can't survive a set. They can't. And oh no, we have our first miss of the year here. Kalyn Ponga hits the post, Legends. And if the Cowboys do want to come back, there's half an hour, and now it's just 2 converted tries needed rather than 2 converted tries plus something. Absolutely incredible. Also, if you're overseas, Legends, I just heard here you can watch all the NRL games on the My NRL app. So do that, Legends, if you're across. Cowboys, this one's not too deep, though. They're going to be living to regret some of their decisions in this one. Cowboys look for a quick reaction here, and they nearly force Pasami Solo into the goal line. Cows need to get a stretch. They do. They need to get the stretch, mate. Not going to lie, Knights playing brilliant footy. They are. Compared to the Cowboys, yes, they are, Legend. Yes, they are. That's too true, man. And now it's to the left. Bradman Best backwards. I think that's a knock-on. Big win for the Cowboys. That's just what they needed here with exactly 30 minutes on the clock to go now. The North Queensland Cowboys are going to need something in this upcoming set, Legends. This might be one of their most important sets of the game and of the year so far here. Braden Burns celebrates with glee. The Cowboys feeding in the scrum now. Tom Dearden. Of course, he led the Queensland side to a win in 2025. Can he lead the Cowboys now to a win today? Now to the right, Scott Drinkwater. The Cowboys would be relieved that there was nothing serious with his ribs as he came back on now. Reed Marty. Over to the left here, needled up, Ruben Cotter. Spotted Cotter through the middle. He might be able to spot something in this set here. Reed Marty looks over both ways here to Dearden here. Tom Dearden into the line now. And Dearden forward here. Hey, Will, long-time viewer. Welcome to the stream, mate. Good to have you here. What's doing is the Cowboys here on the attack. And it's 6 again for a ruck infringement now. Will, did you cause that, bro? I think you did, Will. I think that's your fault why they've got 6 again. Newcastle, the North Queensland Cowboys. Under the post, Reed Marty goes to Spotter Cotter now. That's Ruben Cotter for those wondering. Spotter Cotter held a couple meters away. Reed Marty gets it to Lodge here. Matt Lodge. There was a bit of controversy whether he'd be able to play in Vegas. Managed to get his rights. Down to the left here. Dearden gets it to Clifford. Clifford kicks low here. And Murray Taulagi crashes on through for a double. The North Queensland Cowboys are coming back. The North Queensland Cowboys are coming back. It was all Will. It was all Will. It was all Will. Will did this. Will caused this. Goodness me, Will. What have you done? What have you done, Will? Goodness me. And this game is on fire as it stands. And he is onside as well, Murray. Arguments to be made that seems like the commentary reckons that there was a shepherd. Well, Kayo Donnelly certainly bumps into our boy Lightning, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. And the rep says it's okay too. Try confirmed. I can see a world where Knights aren't happy with that one, but try confirmed. Pick me. Can Cow score? Absolutely. Queensland Maroons won't beat us this year. We'll see. Mate Nelson. We'll see. Either way, proud Queensland Victorian, proud. We'll see though, bro. Clifford now. From the left side here. Slots it in. And he's got it. He's got it. 1822 here, Legends. That was a lifetime ago, wasn't it, that year? 1822. I think we were all not alive. No, I think we weren't. Nobody. 22-18 now, Legends. And the Cowboys refuse to say die. They are just, oh my God, this game has been a thrilling start to the year. And the Cowboys continue to chase points. Caleb Ponga kicks it off again now. Over to the right now. Matt Lodge crashes forward here. Matt Lodge on the ground. On the 10-meter line now. We go to the right here. Clifford. Obviously, 2 season openers. We've still got the second game to come, legends. Oh, okay. Wish you all the best in the recovery. Hopefully, Wells can make you happy, except when Bronx play. Except when Bronx play, of course. Of course, Will. Of course, that's the change. Still tough after the OP, after another 8 months of recovery at this stage. Thanks for asking, Will. We truly do care about you on this channel, Mel. If you ever need anything, just let us know, all right? Genuinely. I'm not going to lie, I'm not the best at viewing Facebook stuff, but feel free to message me however you feel comfortable. If you ever need anything, legend, we wish you well with however things are going, Newcastle Knights over to the 40 now. Goes to Phoenix Crossland here. And, very awkward from Knights. Could you argue a knock-on from Newcastle? And, yeah, there you go, Cowboys. Cowboys to get the ball back here. This is massive for them here. Broncos sucks. Let's go. Broncos sucks as Nelson. Nelson, an anti-Bronco. They're the enemy. They're the enemy. That's as simple as that. They're the enemy to them, legend. And that is a poor ball from dummy half. I don't blame my boy Lightning McQueen for that one. And they just started to lose momentum. Matt Lodge, you got that bit of mongrel in every team. He is the mongrel of the Cowboys. With a bit of push and shove there. And look at the try predictor. 89% to Cowboys scoring next. Through show pony Walshy. No more than some of Penrith's premiership wins, but I digress, I'd say it's justice, but realistically they should have won 23, but they had to put in a good performance to win that one. I don't take it away from Brisbane. I punch blokes for saying that. Who actually likes the Bronx these days, apart from Queen Julian? So true, legend. So true. So true. Who does? Purdue. 5 meters out here. To Reed Marty now. Terrific tackle to Scott Drinkwater here. Scotty Drink here. Goes to Dearden. Dearden finds Scotty Drink again now. Scotty Drink around. Scotty Drink finds Lodge. Matt Lodge here. Finds Clifford. Clifford. And that's a terrible pass here. And remember, despite the North Queensland Cowboys' terrific go in the last couple minutes, they still do trail. They still need that try. Lost his way there, Jake Clifford. And just couldn't get it going here. Jake Clifford, he's a bit of an interesting player, isn't he? Nowhere near an X-Factor player, but he's definitely a player you'd say is first grade, right? Actually played 42 games. Has played over... for the Cowboys. He started his career at Cowboys, Then he played 25 for the opposition today in Newcastle before going to Hull for a year, where he played 26. Now back with his 23rd appearance today. And Clifford with it. Purdue. And now Eden Smith, 41 meters gained, kicks the ball. 10 meters now, and the Cowboys get it. Burns. That could be a penalty to Newcastle. The ref says it's fine, though. I thought there was maybe a push there from the Cowboy there, but no, we're good. On the 20 now, North Queensland Cowboys have the ball here. Round to the right now, North Queensland Cowboys. Tom Dearden, they're on the second. Goes over to Lukey now. Lukey to the 30 here on the third now, legends. 35 meters now to Chester. Goes to Matt Lodge on the 40 now. The crowd is absolutely roaring today. The Americans love it. Reed Marty showing some of what he missed doing when he was at the Dogs. The run now. 50 meters gain. Gets the Knights' 40-meter line. And now it's a very high kick in the air here. Dom Young gets the ball here. Southstead says game. It ain't game yet, legend. 21 minutes to go on the clock. A bit like Jackson Ford really improved since he joined Wars. Exactly right, Mel. Exactly right. Really improved since joining a different team. Jackson Ford, mate. The Dragons had no idea. Speaking of which, Dragons play next. Legends will be streaming that. The Dragons had no idea how to use him there. Hey, yo, TJC, I probably won't be able to hear you, but I'm just popping in to say hi from Vegas. Hi, legend. Welcome. I hope you're loving Vegas. I know you probably can't hear me, but shout out to you. Good luck in next game. Dog first Dragons. I'm tipping yous even though I don't like yous. Hope you enjoy, man. I hope to make that trip one day myself. Have a great game, and good luck, doggies. Shout out to Rita Karma. Show him some love in the chat, guys. Tom Dearden. Over to Braden Burns now. Good tackle from Crossland on the 30. Finds Dearden. What? My brain just goes to strange places while watching sometimes. Dearden legends. What is that? What is Dearden? Where did my brain grab that from? I don't get it. Dearden. Over to Scott Drinkwater. Finds his way over, and Braden Burns, that's a knock on from the Cowboys. That was an unforced error there on them, legends. And that'll be an unhappy one for the Cowboys. 20 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock right now. And Knights are getting the ball back. There's every chance next try can win this one between the two. I think if Newcastle score next, it's going to be really tough for the Cowboys. And we've officially had all the bench players used. There'll be no new players in this one, legends. The players on the field are sticking around for the rest of the game here. Hey, TJC, have the Eels played in Vegas yet? No, they have not, legend. The talk is, and I didn't tell you, wink, 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 who's going to check this? The talk is that we're next year, legend. All right? Wink, wink, wink. From certain sources. But yeah. For now, nah, we haven't played yet. Saifiti. He does love an offload here. Crossland to Sandon Smith. Finds Pogger. Finds Best. Margie, that's out of play. And on the last pass, it's going to be the Cowboys' ball here. Newcastle Knights trying a bit too much with it here, legends. Creating space from the edges. Still 19 minutes on the clock at the moment here in this one, legends. Shout out to the guy, whoever you are watching, who subscribed to the channel in the last few minutes. Appreciate you, man. Let's go. We keep building. By the end of this year, we're going to be the biggest Parramatta vlogger, mate. Vlogger and streamer, legend. We're just that good. We're built different. Built different. And it's a silly one there from Jermaine McEwen here. A poor error, and the Cowboys, again, they're going to get a penalty here. Cowboys for the victory in Vegas as Vincent. Mate, it doesn't shock me at this moment, man. Cowboys for the victory. Here we go, Murray Tulagi. And Purge now, over to the right here, Lodge. And it's Kayo O'Donnell here, crashing forward onto the ground here. Reed Marty, could this be the moment here? Well, hit the Eels up to pay for a TGC contingency next year. Did I tell you I love the Eels? A few times, legend. But yeah, mate, me too. Love it. No shock, right? I mean, I've done so much content on them, it's impossible for me not to like them. Where's my contingency, legend? They should, mate. Absolutely they should. Right, I pay for my tickets, legends. Now to the left here. Almost around Purdue on third tackle. 17 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Fourth tackle. They run short down the left here, and they're going to take the tackle. Fifth tackle. Final one in the set. 27 meters gained on the try line here. Clifford. Over to Dearden. Over to Drinkwater here. Drinkwater to Purdue. Oh, no. Is that an offload from the Knights? Greg Marju putting his body in the way here. He stops a certain try there. Wonderful stuff. And Vincent says, Cowboys, we're watching you from Papua New Guinea. Hey, I appreciate it, Vincent. We've got a couple PNG viewers that watch the channel. Legends. It's probably with Australia up there as our most watched places. Shout out to you from Papua New Guinea. Appreciate all my viewers from across wherever you watch. You know, that's the amazing thing about the internet, right? Where you can watch from. Jason Taumalolo here. Over to Scott Drinkwater here. Finds his way to Clifford now. But we do heavily appreciate Vincent, don't we, Legends? On the 10-metre line now. Still 18-22. Scott Drinkwater back to Taumalolo. Taumalolo. Big season ahead expected. Reed Marty. Dearden. Back to Cotter. Spotter Cotter. Tackled 5 now. 1 more left. And we got Reed. And here he goes. Dearden dummies now. Dearden. He's going alone. And that's wonderful defense from the Knights. And that's great work from Dylan Lucas. He was the prime defender in that one there. Without Dylan Lucas, you wonder if he crashes on forward. Dylan Lucas read that and stopped a sure thing from Tom Dearden. And they've shown great potential, Newcastle Knights. And the Cowboys have shown great potential for a try, but it hasn't come yet. And over to the 20 now. Goes to Sandon Smith, to Dylan Brown, to Ponga. Caleb Ponga around here. Caleb Ponga looks for it now. Ponga on the ground now. Shout out, we got another sub on the channel here. If you haven't yet, Legends, you should follow in suit here as we look to chase ourselves to 5.4K very soon. Caleb Ponga here with a long kick in the air here, and it ends up on the 10-metre line now. Cowboys just passing backwards in the tackle here. And it ends up with Braden Burns here, fending them off now. Cowboys have 15 minutes to create some magic in Vegas here. Or I guess they could just go Viva Las Vegas and go with it, right? Let the bright city lights set their soul. They're going to set their soul today. Shout out to anyone who can get the reference. Over now to the right here. Reed Marty. Simple service merchant there to Taumalolo now. Jason Taumalolo forward here. And Taumalolo crashes through here to the 30 now. On 5th tackle now, Reed Marty to Clifford with a good kick in the air now on the left here. Dom Young chases it, and that's a huge tackle on him there. All the pressure. That Cowboys winger Burns is strong. Hopefully he is a New South Welshman. I doubt he'll be playing for the Blues, Legend, but he is a very solid player, isn't he, Braden Burns? Mate, I like Braden Burns, man. He's a player that's, was stuck in New South Wales Cup for the Rabbitohs and a couple teams. But he's solid, isn't he, for the Cowboys? Unfortunately, though, Legend, for you, I do not believe that he is I do not believe that he's a New South Welshman, Legend. Is he? No, he is New South Welshman. He is. You're right. My bad. Didn't give me the vibe of it, but yeah, he's a blueser. Dabo. Scott Drinkwater now through the middle here. Will Cows cap the comeback from 10 points down? They've got every chance, Legends. Second tackle. Cowboys on the halfway line now. Stepping around Murray Talugi here. On the ground briefly here. Crosses the ball around. Over to the 40. Taumalolo. And in again. Gets 30 metres out here. They've got 2 tackles to score in this set. Reed Marty. Over to Clifford. Finds Drinkwater. And finds Kayo O'Donnell here. He scored a hat-trick versus the Panthers' third-string side, Kayo O'Donnell. 15 metres out now. Clifford to Purgey. That is a knock-on from Dom Young, and that should be a full set. That should be a full set for the Cowboys. It will be. No point challenging Newcastle. That's a clear knock-on from them. Clear as day knock-on, actually. And there we damn it. I've moved. Go. All right. Cowboys now. Through the middle here. Lodge forward now. Newcastle on the defense here. Reed Marty over to Lukey. Lukey, is he going to be forced out of play here? Lukey potentially, not quite. Clock ticking now. Cows big chance to level the scores. Dean into Drinkwater here. Clifford. Purdue. He's out. He's out. He's out. He touched the line. He's out. Yeah, Cowboys are out. Newcastle hold on again here. And the Cowboys looking a bit frustrated. Unfortunately, unable. Wait, does he go over the side? Wait, Talagi doesn't go out. He doesn't go out. Wait, legends. Talagi doesn't go out. That's the wrong decision. It looks like it live, but he doesn't go out there on the replay. They've made the wrong call there, the touchy. That's huge. They've got to watch their feet more closely. Oh, my God. And because no challenge, the Cowboys can't do anything about it. Belinda is hopeless. You got to be kidding me. From her perspective, yeah, we get our TV perspective. From her perspective, she should have seen that he stayed in. She should have seen that he stayed in. Oh, my God. 48 metres gained. And this is going to be really controversial if Knights go down the other end and score here. Scott Drinkwater, 100 miles an hour. He gets the ball. No, the Cows were out, legends. 10 minutes. First tackle here. Braden Burns onto the second now. 9.5 minutes left until we're wrapped up, legends, and moving on to focusing on the next game here in this one between the two legends. Bulldogs versus the Dragons will be live at 3:25, about 5 minutes before that game kicks off, legends, which means a mini break likely to happen between the two games. Clifford clears it in the air inside the 40 here. And Ponga gets the ball there neatly, looking to avoid mistakes. Holbrook hopeful for a win in his first game in charge of the Knights here as it stands. Now to the left here. Dom Young looking for the pass through the middle. And this is good stuff from the Cowboys here. Pressure all on the Knights. Round the middle here, they keep the force on them. Can Cows score the third try of the game after Knights set? Can they, legends? Absolutely they can, but will they is the big question. As the time slowly gets away from them, the pressure builds, and errors can come from that. Sandon Smith. Oh! Braden Burns with a huge tackle on Kalen Ponga here. And is it legal? I thought it was legal from the first look, but for now we'll see. That was a huge oversight, though. Out of play, earlier. Shoulder. That's a high shot. He could be in trouble, Braden. It's high, and I think it's a shoulder. I think it's a shoulder, and it's high. He's in big trouble. This will be a penalty minimum. All right, minimum. For the Knights, it'll be a penalty. Worst case scenario, it could be a bidding against Braden Burns here. High contact, 10 shoulder. Yep, 10 in the bin. Worst case scenario has become true. Cowboys now are playing a man down for the rest of the game and need to get a try. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, legends. Absolutely, she shouldn't get another gig. That was just a huge oversight, mate. And it's going to end up as something the Cowboys live to regret after this. We got our first sin bin of the 2026 NRL season officially, legends. Braden Burns is the recipient. Bradman Best now to Sandon. Saifiti now forward. Caden Mills says Burns screwed it up. He done screwed it up, legend. He done screwed it up. The Knights. Can they put the Cowboys away? Dylan Brown to Ponga now. Caleb Ponga into the line with us here. A few minutes to go here. Tackled on the 30. Brown finds his way over here. And charging on to Dylan Lucas there on the 30. Crossland to McIntyre here. Dylan Brown forward now. And on the 20. Hill's firmed here. Crossland to Sandon Smith here. It's a good far kick here. Dom Young. Pass backwards. Finds the offload. And it's a try. That's a winner. That's a winner for Trey Mooney. Trey Mooney with the try. And surely Newcastle have won it now. 26-18 with a kick to come. They'll have to look at it, but I reckon that's a winner for the Knights. Knights of the Round Table have done it again. Watching it. Dom Young makes it, creates it. Yeah, absolutely a try. Newcastle Knights, ladies and gentlemen. And he deserves that one there. Dom Young over to our boy Trey Mooney. And the Knights have got themselves a sure thing. A kick from Sandon Smith. Dom Young creates. Deserves a lot of credit here the way he leaps into the air. The Knights look like Parramatta. What? Bloody awesome, legend? Is that the ruling? Crashing on forward now. Newcastle lose it with glee. The Newcastle Knights now. Taking a deep breath here. From the sideline on the 20 now, Caleb Ponga looking to burn this one through. The Dylan Brown effect. It is the Dylan Brown effect, legends. Caleb Ponga from the sideline. And he's got it. He's got it. 28-18. A 10-point gap now. They need 2 tries. They only have 12 on the field, legends. I don't see it coming, but maybe if they can get a short kickoff, it's possible. I reckon the Cowboys have surely lost, though. Cows would need a miracle. They would need an absolute miracle to win now, legends. An absolute miracle. The money ball of it all. Scott Drinkwater, don't kick long, buddy. Yeah, you have to kick short. Oh, and it ends up with Bradman Best. Not a well-taken short kickoff there. And Newcastle will look to give every chance for the Cowboys to be unable to win this one here. Second tackle. It would take some sort of intercept or something. Newcastle setting a precedent, setting a statement for what a Justin Holbrook Newcastle Knights side looks like with this game here. Dylan Brown onto the 40. Fourth tackle now. Finds way to Sandon. Gets it to Frizzell. Ponga now. Dylan Lucas. And that's fifth tackle here. 32 meters gained here. And Caleb Ponga. Sufficient set. Now the high one knocked back there. Comes to Frizzell here, all around here. Sandon Smith kicks low. Newcastle, Smith, Clifford. Clifford's in trouble. Clifford stays in the field of play somehow. Laybutt around the left now. The North Queensland Cowboys on second here. Becomes third. They'd want a penalty or something. Something silly, you know, get them somewhere on the field, anywhere. Tom Dearden now. all the momentum. It's with the Knights, and that makes this tough. Scott Drinkwater. The Cowboys with so much to play for. 4 minutes left. Scott Drinkwater on the 5th tackle here. Kicks low here. Runs through now. And unfortunately, nothing's going to come of that. It's 6 again. Newcastle touched it. Oh my God. Tom Dearden on the 40. They get to the 30 now. Absolute miracle will be needed here. Reed Marty over to Taumalolo now. Jason Taumalolo into the line. 3rd tackle here. The Cowboys with it. Reed Marty to Dearden. Dearden over to Clifford. Clifford with it now. 3.5 minutes on the clock now still. Reed Marty, 2 left to Dearden for the Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater, 1 error costs them the game if they do it. Around the middle. 37 metres gained. Reed Marty kicks low and it's too deep. That's got to be Newcastle's win. Newcastle are so close to clinching a massive upset victory in the first game of the NRL 2026 season. The Cowboys, I am safely saying now that they will not be coming back, legends, unfortunately, to be honest with you. With 2.5 minutes on the clock, I just don't see it. The amount that they run down that clock, it's surely done, legends. It's surely finished. Good game, Knights. A good start to the season. A great start to the season for the Knights, legend. A great start. Oh, intercept. Murray Tulagi. Down the field here he goes. And the Cowboys on first tackle. That's got to be a penalty. Tyson Brazel stops him and Purdue through the middle. It's 6 again at least. Goodness me. Cowboys 6 again, 10-meter line. Reed Marty to Dearden to Taumalolo here. And Taumalolo takes the tackle. Dead play there. Tackle 0. Clifford on the left here. Marty goes to Dearden. Goes to Drinkwater. Passes backwards here again. Phoenix Crossland intercepts. And that's game. We've said it about 3 times, but now it's official. That be game. Newcastle Knights have 1.5 minutes with the ball in their possession and lead by 10 points. They're not losing this one now. Newcastle Knights. Dom Young. And what shapes out as a win for Justin Holbrook in his first game in charge of the Newcastle Knights. Nice camp. Moves forward. See you on the next. See you on the next will. Route to the left. Trey Mooney. So far, so good. The $30 million man. Pogger. Scott Drinkwater. Nearly to the 20. Finds his way over to Labour now. Labour, they're playing for pride now. This point, they're playing for pride. Sharp. Totally different looking team. Clifford. Around here to Lodge. Now to the right. The fans are celebrating the day, the night away, technically, for them. The celebrating Newcastle fans. It's been some lean years in the past, but they get it here today. Good game, Knights. I'm done with Cowboys. Just finished with them. No more. Don't want to deal with them anymore. And when they want to continue the clock, please, to finish up the last 14 seconds, we can wrap up our first game of the 2026 NRL season. Jason Taumalolo, 10 seconds on the clock here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Putting it up here, the Cowboys and the Knights hit it back. Caleb Pogger will just take the tackle there. And there we have it, legends. The Newcastle Knights have upset Knights 28, Cowboys 18. The game was over the moment the bidding happened. And finally, in Las Vegas, Newcastle have a victory, legends. They get added into the history books for this one here at Allegiant Stadium. Our opening game here, Dylan Brown, Sandon Smith and others have a great first game. And now it is time to get hyped for the next game, the Dragons versus the Bulldogs. Make sure you check that one out on the channel, legends. We'll be live for that one in the not too far future, legends, when it starts in roughly, I want to give you the exact time, legends. I want to give you the exact time. When it starts in roughly 16 minutes, I'll see you guys over there. Make sure to check it out. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's aim to get to let's aim to get to 5.38 today. All right, just a couple subs to go. I'll see you guys over there. Let's go. 16 minutes to go. 15ish now. Bulldogs and Dragons. Let's get the party started.